But it's Life A1. That's LYFE A1. And today's a good day. And I am Kovaly's co-host for the Worldly Integration Podcast. And we got something new started and we like what we're doing so far. And I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and showing up and being a part of it.
Yes. The life, as you say, you are full of life. So anything that happened, guess what we call it? Life. And my name is Kovaly Kavv, a.k.a. Kovazin Kovrache, a.k.a. Coco Bead, a.k.a. Pentagon. I am Mr. Introduce Me to Your Best Bitch. Hello! Let's start this podcast, baby. We have the best guest on the show this evening. Who do we have? We have a lovely lady here, man.
Kovaly, although I do love this lovely lady right here, you were the one that actually brought her on, so you think it would be right that you give her a proper introduction?
Her soul kind of brought herself on, you know.
Hi guys, I'm Renee. It's nice to meet you all. Before today, I really had only met Kovaly, but this is a super cool group of people, by the way. Kovaly and I connected through art, and I think we both have this same vibe whenever it comes to treating the world as like a literal canvas. Like you make anything out of everything and you can turn anything into whatever you want it to be. And we both always, I don't know, I thought that was cool when we first met. I could see you wouldn't be afraid to rearrange an entire room right on site just because you didn't think it looked cool, you know? So that's so cool. I don't know. We knew right away that we had a cool vibe. So we've collabed a couple times here and there.
Thank you for that, because even I didn't know her, her background when we met. I just knew her aura had all of that, slowly all of that unraveling. I'm like, well, you know how to do photography and this. So slowly, we're still meeting each other's on a different aesthetic level. So thank you, Ashley, for readjustifying your schedule, because I know this was just on a Russian level. I just messaged you and you literally made it happen exponentially. So thank you, Ashley, for being here. How's your New Year?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God, how was my New Year?
Yes.
It was so cool. I was down in Florida,
Nice.
So it was really great. It's so much warmer down there. I'm actually going back on Tuesday. So I lasted about 6 days here, and I thought it was too cold.
Yeah. So are you going to move down there for good, or are you just going to visit?
No, my boyfriend's down there.
Okay.
He's going to be down there for a while, so yeah, he's just living life down in Florida. It's really cool. So
okay.
Yeah, so might as well try and go fly down there whenever I can, right?
Yeah, you should.
Super nice down there.
How have you been maintaining your New Year resolution and haven't been able to give up so far? Have you given up yet? Because it's only been a few days, because I know the New Year was on the weekend. So my resolution, I fucked it up already because it was on the weekend.
For me, I really don't believe in setting a goal on the first of the year. I think if you want to accomplish things, then you should just always be carrying those goals over and stuff. So for me at the beginning of the year, I didn't really have any goal that I started that day. I've had the same goals for a long time, and I don't know, the whole New Year's, I almost feel you're destined to lose when you start a New Year's resolution, because the energy around it is that it's gonna be failed. You know what I mean? Everybody, all these people always set this goal and they think because it's the new year, but then within 10 days, most of the people who set their resolutions have already joked about how they gave up on it and it didn't work.
You haven't been part of those people life practice. That's why I think things takes time and passion and time.
Yeah.
So you cannot just say, hey, I'm doing it, and then because your mind have to, absorb things and detox shit for.
Yeah, it takes time.
I believe in New Year's resolution. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you may have something that you wanted to accomplish, right? Mm-hmm. But because of not having an excuse to accomplish it, you don't do it. So you just use New Year's as an excuse to try to accomplish it.
Okay.
So therefore, that's why I believe in it. But I also totally agree with what you were saying. You should just already have that mindset in general. If you was gonna do it, just go do it.
What was yours?
Okay, one of my resolutions this year is get a 6-pack.
Cool.
So we gonna see if that happens. And then 2, I at least want to grow my YouTube page to get at least 2,000 subscribers. One, definitely got to have a plan. Two, you got to have something that's wanted by other people. So you got to present a product or present a service or present just something that other people want. And that will help you keep a business. Three will be persistence and organization. And put them two in the same.
I think it really depends on the business, first of all. You know what I mean? It depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to succeed at. But something all people who are trying to start a business, entrepreneurs, people who are investing in anything, like, you're going to have to learn how to overcome failure, most importantly. Like, I feel like everybody, including the people who are the best because they've messed up so many times. They can't possibly mess up any other way. Like, they fully mastered the art of fucking up. You know? I mean, honestly, though, like Life said, you really do have to be consistent and persistent. Yeah, just keep asking. You know, just keep pushing. But yeah, you got to keep pushing. You have to keep moving forward, no matter what happens. Something for me is like, I know it helps me to really set up a space and a place for myself to like express that side of myself. You know, like I think it's important to try and do things and take times and places and spaces and like really spend a lot of time in them and make them a place you want to spend a lot of time in so you enjoy what you're doing more. I guess I have one more, don't I?
This episode of Worldly Integration Podcast is brought to you and sponsored by My Daily Choice. Now, what is My Daily Choice? My Daily Choice offers cutting-edge products backed by science and nutrition technology. They meticulously craft each unique formula in world-class manufacturing facilities to ensure they meet their rigorous high standards. I myself use their hair cream, as you all know that I am in the process of growing my hair. Also, their hand and body lotion, which is cold pressed and enriched with organic hemp seed oil and shea butter. This hand and body lotion is for all skin types, and it is an everyday essential that helps hydrate skin from head to toe. Please be sure to click the link in the video description and check out some of the products such as CBD and hemp oil, beauty and cosmetic, weight management, protein starter pack, and check out their daily deals and customers review and benefits on mydailychoice.com. Now let's get back to the Worldly Integration Podcast.
The conclusion is also you have to believe in yourself in order to start a business and pursue your dreams, because if you can believe you can do something, or if you believe you can't do something, either way, you're right. So if you think you're capable of doing it, you're definitely capable of putting your mind to something and achieving it. So if you can do that and you can believe, then you can do anything. And you can attract that energy to your life, and you can, a law of attraction is a real thing, I think. I think it's made a big difference overall.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I was talking to Kovaly about that last week.
Really?
Yeah.
It's cool.
What was I gonna say? All right, go back to my fourth. Oh, honestly, she made it more difficult for me to get a fourth. One, because I haven't really started a business before, so I don't want to be giving people misinformation. It's definitely a combination of both. Because look, if you got a game plan, you're organized, persistent and all that, but you ain't talking to nobody, or you don't know nobody to talk to, how you going to get somewhere? If I'm on a private island and I want to start a business like Amazon, but I don't know anybody to do business with, I won't get anywhere. That's a metaphor for people who want to start anything that they want to do, but they don't want to put themselves out there. You know what I mean? So we got the online world now, and you can reach millions of people without them even knowing who you are.
And make millions of dollars.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay.
our guest today, she has a career, and I haven't been able to check out her work, but Kovaly knows her work. Sorry for not doing my research. Sometimes when I'm at home, I just like to be on YouTube for 6 hours straight. But could you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So the main thing I do right now is fashion photography, and it's kind of like, although that's what I'm doing right now, it's kind of like a snowball effect, and it's like this. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot bigger of a thing than just fashion photography. You know what I mean? So I started when I was pretty young. I think I was like 16. I started really following, like, within fashion and luxury brands, the art that is made behind all of the photo shoots and all of the designs. Really, like, the more I got to study it, the more interested I got in it. Like, it's a never-ending pool of creativity and cool people, and they're working on, like, these crazy sets with these crazy brands doing these awesome campaigns, and, like, you get to direct the entire thing, and your ideas come to life, and, like, magazine covers, and it's really dope. So there's so many, like, aspects to doing, like, a job like that. Like, you could be the photographer, you could be a set designer, you could be a makeup artist, you could be a model. So, like, I've kind of spent the last 5 years kind of, like, tackling several different, like, positions within that realm. I think it was what really inspired me is, like, just the thought of living that way, and, like,
The lifestyle?
and but, like, I enjoyed it so much, like, the thought of working on set with designer brands for the rest of my life and creating these ideas, like, that sounded so fun.
That sounds cool.
Like, I would love my job.
He goes and like watch YouTube, you know, everything. He spent time and he adore quality, and he'll share it on his IG. Most people, they only share their own photos, but he's able to share creativity. So meeting the person, he's full of life. So like when you say he want to watch your head, he's able to share your vision on his IG, but it pretty much reframed to do that. But it's like when you know the person in a local city that you live at, they're gonna view it as somewhere that's peculiar. Like, hey, like, is he from some sort of like peculiar attention? So it's like, what are like the 3 things that make men appealing?
What are the 3 things that was a crazy way to throw that in there.
It was that was smooth.
That was wild. Okay. 3 things that make men, like generally, like, what are the top best things that,
in your opinion,
would make a man attractive?
I'm still tripping out that transition.
That was hilarious. I think you should always be confident, you know, in yourself. I don't know. I don't think there's
That's a
any, like,
trick question.
specific.
Be
Yeah,
careful.
I don't think there's any specific, like, thing that he's supposed to do. I think you should just be yourself, be confident, be kind, be honest. Don't be afraid. Like, don't be afraid of starting something.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years? You see yourself being professional on set, or you see yourself still doing like freelance work, or what?
I see myself directing, for sure.
Directing in what way? Because that could be taken so many ways.
I would say directing ad campaigns mostly. Yeah, fashion ad campaigns.
Ad campaign. So you doing like Vogue covers? You're doing like
Yeah.
Dior. You're doing like.
You see the sweater she got on, that she got that Dior on. You guys know it. You see it.
Hey, that's that drip. That's that drip right there. That's that drip.
I think that would be awesome. I mean, I want to do this forever, though. You know, so
Professionally.
yeah, professionally, absolutely. Like, I want my ideas. The end goal is, like, I want my ideas to change fashion, and I want to change the way that fashion is viewed and perceived.
I need to take a break just to dwell on things, and that's a time that you need for yourself. And I never view it that way because I'm like, look, I'm African. My parents don't allow. Like, what the fuck you say? You sick, motherfucker? You better get up. But you're like, no, you deserve a time to dwell on things. Like, so it's like, how do you get to that level? I think like that's like one of those 3 things that like whenever it comes to like at least my conclusion, like if you attain that knowledge, like it's an appealing thing that women adore.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how attracted some women are to me. I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning women around me. But I do know some women do find me attractive, and I appreciate that. But for me, when I do dwell on things, it's not just because like I want to be lazy or something. That's just my way of connecting with the world. So if I want to watch videos for 6 hours, that's just, that's how I learn information. That's how I learn what's going on out here. That's how I learn about fashion. That's how I learn about music. And a lot of my inspiration comes from other people. So if I see somebody else doing something that I think is cool, all of a sudden I want to do it. So if I pull up, I see her doing a photo shoot. Next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? I want to do a fashion shoot.
Okay. I would say probably one of my biggest inspirations. His name's Tyler Mitchell. Tyler is a fashion photographer. He's about 26 or 27, I think. So I'm 20. So I got lucky that I got to start in this pretty early as far as getting my foot in with photography. So my goal is by the time that I'm like his age, I look up to being like where he is now. And his art and his creativity is really awesome. He shot Kamala Harris for Vogue when he was like 24, I think. Oh, wow. 24, 25.
You know what? I dropped Vogue earlier, not knowing that she paid attention to
it. Yeah, shout out to Vogue. I love their magazines, and I mean, even just the name it carries itself. Like whatever's in that magazine is everything that you're wearing. It's everything you see on TV. It's like it's the whole lifestyle. Like it all. You can find so much of it based back into those magazines.
I got a question for you. Here's your curveball. This is a super curveball. Nobody knows about this question. I just made it up. All right. Hypothetically, let's see, you and your boyfriend are not dating in this situation. I like this question. And let's just say also in this situation, you're a successful photographer. Mm-hmm. Would you date a guy who doesn't make as much money as you while you're in that profession? Let's say you're making $200,000 a year being a professional photographer.
I don't care about how much money you make. I care about the mindset you have behind it. Ooh. Like it's okay. Like if
shout out to St. Louis women because they keep it real.
If you're like really trying for something and you're really like you're pursuing something and a goal or a business and you just haven't made it, like that's 100% okay. You're trying. You're working hard. Like I like someone who works hard, regardless.
Facts. Shout out to St. Louis women because I've seen other people on other podcasts in different cities. They get real arrogant real quick. These St. Louis girls are different.
And listen, I don't like. It doesn't matter about how much money's in your pocket. Like. It doesn't matter if you're broke, but in 10 years from now, you're going to be one of the greatest artists of all time. And I can see that in you. Like, if you're going to be a fantastic creator, if you're a hard worker, like, if it's very obvious you're going somewhere, I think that comes over anything,
Because what she going to do is she going to be like, okay, I make $200,000 a year and you make $80,000 a year. That's cool. But we about to put you
Your
on
money's
a photo
vacation
shoot.
money. Let's go. I think it depends.
All right, so now I'm gonna go to the career question, even though you didn't fully answer your question because you got cut off. All right, how hard are you willing to work? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be hard work, but how much or how hard are you willing to work to make your goal come true?
Well, I didn't go to college because I wanted to spend all my time just focusing on fashion and focus on being able to travel and connect. Like. Okay. In my opinion, I feel like who you know is like, it's like better than currency. It's like gold.
So you still that's still part of the question, I guess. So you're willing to even network enough to get to know people to get to where you want to be.
Definitely, I think it definitely. I don't know. It takes a lot, But if you're gonna do something and like really put all of your energy into it and not be working in another field because you want to do this and like just go hard,
Some people don't have that choice. Some people still gotta go to their 9 to 5 and then.
Yeah, I have a job too.
Okay, cool.
Thanks. So that means that you cannot make any excuse. We all have 24 hours in a day. So pretty much just to conclude that, like when it comes to photography and like iPhone camera, I know like a lot of people now can take like your 1,000 hours of work and then like encapsulate it into an iPhone. How do you feel about like when you work so hard on your photography, which are like a quality camera, and then you send it to somebody, and then with the iPhone they add a filter to it? How does that make you feel?
So like if I like do work for somebody and then put a filter on it and post
Yeah,
it.
so now you have an iPhone that does everything, but you have like quality camera that you can only do one thing, but then you have to do more of it on the software on a computer, and that takes a lot of time for you to edit. And then when you send it to the person, they literally just apply a filter that's preset.
If you, just a PSA, if you ever work with somebody of any kind of art field and you're purchasing their service or their work or their photos, like, just don't edit them. Like, don't edit them after, because we spend so much time trying to edit a photo to get something to look the way we want it to look. And, like, I just spent 4 hours highlighting the shadows in this photo. Like,
Right.
and you're going to tell me you're just going to, like, just mess with the little slider bar on Instagram to, like, match your feed. Like, I don't know. Like, tell me ahead of time if you want something to look a certain way. Don't change it after. And
And then not only that, if you, like, I went to film school for a little bit, so I didn't graduate just because I wasn't financially stable at the time. But long story short, when you work so hard on something and you know what you're doing it to have a specific look because you want it to be your specific art style. So the last thing you want to do is just have somebody swipe and put a filter on there.
it sucks.
Yeah,
Don't
so
do that.
With me, I can't necessarily say that I just want to become the most professional cameraman ever, but I get a lot of motivation from things that I watch. So I showed you earlier, I do like the little model videos. I wouldn't consider those professional, but I enjoy them.
Yeah.
So with me, I don't put the pressure on me of like, this is my client and I spent time working on this to accomplish this. For me, I'm my client. I'm like, okay, I want to shoot something. I have an idea. Let me just make sure I execute the idea, and then I guess just use it for marketing or try to get paid for it online, like through monetization or something like that. So I don't have that extra pressure on myself, but I can imagine that if you are someone who wants to make an impact in a career field with people who's already been to school, who studied film photography and stuff like that, you have to already know what you're doing and be prepared. And when you do show your work, you don't want them to be showing you don't want the photos that you show them to be like, here's an Instagram filter.
Sucks. Yeah. This year, I really want to. Well, there's an agency that I've been seeking out, and I really want to, hopefully by the end of the year, be signed with one of this agency.
Nice.
And then I would get consistent fashion photo work all the time, and it'd probably be in a major city. So New York, Paris, Milan, London, ideally. That's like there's lots of options of like what branch I could end up at.
I'm still trying to get out of St. Louis.
Shout out to the talent agencies in St. Louis. There's a couple out here that do international work, and that they connect more so with, they connect the people of St. Louis with bigger agencies and bigger brands. So yeah, there's stuff out here.
So you know about mother modeling?
Yeah, Jeff is a really good friend of mine actually, and
nice.
he's really helped me a lot.
I used to.
In fashion.
So I got to kick it with Jeff and them for Mother Model. Well, once again, like I said, I forgot if it was Christmas or New Year's or whatever the hell was going on. But I was downstairs. We had some drinks. They let me check out the studio. They showed me their work.
Mother Model?
Yeah. So the first video I showed you with the Asian girl. So I shot that in the same building as Mother Model, but just not in the same area.
So I've shot a lot of the girls. Jeez, that one. It's all stuff that we collab on.
And your pictures look very professional. What kind of camera are you using?
Actually, it's a funny story. My camera's not that great.
Oh, she's a good editor.
I'll use your phone even like when you put like 1,000 hours on the software.
I don't think it looks as good on your phone. I think I really think there's a big difference. Yeah, photography really, like the whole industry, there isn't any phone as far as fashion photos go. It really is all camera.
Working with like Life A1, he been educating me on just like this behind the scenes stuff, you know, and I was like, wow, I didn't know those things matter. Like, and me, I'm such a stubborn person. He told me do it this way, but I did it my way. for weeks. And I was okay, now let me try it his way. Because to me, like, I know that, what he was saying was so simple. But then again, that stuff is like the major key.
Yeah, so me, I don't have a lot of equipment, right? But I like to use equipment and I like to use my resources. So if I have to use my phone, I'll just use my phone. But I like to learn about things. That's why I asked you what kind of camera you use. You said a Mark EOS 2?
Canon Mark II.
Oh, Canon Mark II?
Yes, yeah.
Which is a pretty good camera.
It's a good camera, yeah. It's just old.
Yeah.
Okay. First, let's start with what is each of your biggest goal for 2023?
All right. Biggest goal?
Yeah.
Shit. Cause this sounds so vague if I just say, oh, I want to be successful and blah blah blah. But I do. It'd be cool to have a song get over 100,000 streams. So that'd be cool. I want to get at least one song over 100,000 streams. Another goal I want to do. I really want to do YouTube full time. So if I can like go from working my 9 to 5 to becoming a consistent YouTuber, like I said, it would be nice to have 1 million subscribers, but I don't know if I can accomplish that this year. But if I could, it'd be nice to get 1 million, you know what I mean? And to become full-time YouTube. That way I can really express my creativity in multiple ways. And then my third goal is to, by the end of the year, if I can, I want to probably either move to a bigger city, like either Vegas or Miami, or I want to move to like Japan or China, one or the other.
Cool.
So if I could do either one of those 3 things this year, that'll be a good year for me. Or all 3, that'd be even better.
Nice, Kovaly.
So I think my 3 goals will be, one will be starting this podcast, but it's not for this year because we started this like 2 weeks prior to like entering into 2023. So now that's out of my bucket list. So out of my 3 lists, I would say definitely being able to interview Currency the Hospital on the Worldly Integration Podcast, and the second one, interview Wiz Khalifa on the Worldly Integration Podcast, and the third one being able to interview Currency the Hospital and Wiz Khalifa together on the Worldly Integration Podcast. Hello.
You got big goals.
Nice. Those are good goals.
They are good goals. We need one more question from you. You got another question for us? Since we was asking about the ladies, or asking about the men, for you should ask us a question about the ladies for us. Put us on the spot.
Oh, asking you a question about the ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's respectfully? What's something that you guys as men would like to see more of from women in 2023?
This is also a hard question for me. One, more collaboration. And I don't necessarily mean that just creatively. I just mean like, I feel like as dudes, sometimes we just get so stuck with hanging with the homies and we don't even consider hanging with the females. Right, that's what the bad bitches say. So yeah, collaborating with each other, not necessarily on content, just in life, Collaborating more. Also, getting rid of the ego, and not in a bad way. Just like you can have an ego, but just don't use that as a reason to fuck people over. And then 3, just be honest in relationships. Yeah.
Well, what I want to see out of female is, hey, darling, be yourself. That's number 1. And number 2, love yourself. Number 3, who cares? You made us men, so who the fuck are we to judge?
Damn right. That's great, Kovaly.